Why do so many seniors still struggle with joint pain despite taking daily bone supplements? It's a question that puzzles millions. The truth is, supplements alone often aren't enough to tackle the root cause of joint discomfort: inflammation. But here's something remarkable: some everyday fruits, vegetables, and spices can fight inflammation more powerfully than over-the-counter drugs like ibuprofen. Across the United States, millions of older adults live with aching joints. Yet only a small fraction know about the natural foods that can ease their discomfort. In this video, you'll discover simple, accessible superfoods that can soothe joint pain and stiffness items you might be overlooking in your grocery cart every day. Let's dive into the science and practical tips to help you move with ease and live more comfortably. Superfoods that naturally reduce inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury or stress, but when it becomes chronic, it can wreak havoc on joints, causing pain, swelling, and stiffness. For seniors, this can mean less mobility and a lower quality of life. The good news? Certain foods are packed with compounds that can calm inflammation naturally, without the side effects of medications. Let's explore three powerhouse categories: ginger, turmeric, and garlic. Berries like blueberries, cherries, and strawberries. And healthy fats from olive oil and fatty fish. Ginger, turmeric, and garlic. The anti-inflammatory trio, ginger, turmeric, and garlic, aren't just kitchen staples, they're potent anti-inflammatory agents. Ginger contains gingerol, a bioactive compound that inhibits enzymes like COX-2, which drive inflammation in the body. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food by researchers at the University of Arizona found that ginger extract reduced inflammatory markers in patients with osteoarthritis, offering relief comparable to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, without stomach irritation. Turmeric, a vibrant yellow spice, owes its power to curcumin, a compound that suppresses tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha, a protein that fuels inflammation. The Arthritis Foundation cites multiple studies, including a 2016 meta-analysis in the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology, showing that curcumin supplements reduce joint pain and stiffness in arthritis patients. While supplements are effective, adding turmeric to your diet is a practical starting point. Garlic, meanwhile, contains allicin and other sulfur compounds that block inflammatory pathways. A 2019 study from Harvard Health highlighted garlic's ability to lower C-reactive protein CRP, a key marker of inflammation linked to joint pain. Together, these three form a formidable team. How to use them? Incorporate ginger and turmeric into your daily routine with a soothing tea. Boil a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger and a teaspoon of ground turmeric in water for 10 minutes. Strain and sip. For garlic, roasting or lightly cooking it preserves its compounds. Try adding a clove or two to soups or stir-fries. Aim for 1 to 2 teaspoons of each daily, but start small if you're new to these flavors. Always consult your doctor if you're on blood thinners, as these foods can interact with certain medications. Berries, nature's antioxidant powerhouses. Blueberries, cherries, and strawberries are more than just delicious. They're packed with anthocyanins and quercetin, antioxidants that combat inflammation and protect joint tissue. Anthocyanins give berries their rich colors and reduce swelling by neutralizing free radicals that damage cartilage. A 2018 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that regular consumption of blueberries lowered inflammatory markers in adults with joint issues. Cherries, particularly tart cherries, are especially effective. Research from the University of Michigan, published in Osteoarthritis and Cartilage in 2020, showed that tart cherry juice reduced pain and stiffness in osteoarthritis patients by 20% after 8 weeks. Quercetin, found in all 3 berries, also inhibits inflammatory enzymes. The Arthritis Foundation notes that strawberries, with their high vitamin C content, support collagen production, which is essential for healthy cartilage. These berries work best when eaten fresh or frozen, as industrial juicing can strip away nutrients. Aim for a half-cup serving daily. Toss them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or enjoy them as a snack. Frozen berries are just as effective and often more affordable, making them a practical choice year-round. Olive oil and fatty fish. Healthy fats for joint health. Extra virgin olive oil and fatty fish like salmon and sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats, which are proven to reduce joint inflammation. Omega-3s south in fish like salmon inhibit the production of inflammatory cytokines, easing swelling and improving mobility. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate fatty fish twice a week reported less joint pain and better grip strength after 3 months. Sardines, often overlooked, are an affordable source of omega-3s south and calcium, supporting both joints and bones. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound with anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen. A 2019 study from the University of California, Davis, showed that daily consumption of 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil reduced inflammatory markers in arthritis patients. The key is choosing extra virgin for maximum potency. Avoid refined or light versions. How to use them. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week, about 3 to 4 ounces each. Grill or bake salmon with herbs for a simple meal, or try canned sardines in olive oil for convenience. Drizzle 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil over salads, roasted vegetables, or whole grain toast daily. Store olive oil in a cool, dark place to preserve its compounds. Foods that rebuild cartilage and support joints, reducing inflammation, is only half the battle supporting cartilage. Repair and joint function is equally critical for long-term mobility. Cartilage, the cushioning tissue between bones, wears down with age, leading to pain and stiffness. Fortunately, certain foods can help rebuild connective tissue, reduce friction, and enhance joint flexibility. Let's explore 3 key categories: bone broth and chicken feet, fermented soy products, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale. Bone broth and chicken feet. Collagen for joint repair. Bone broth and chicken feet are rich in collagen type 2, a protein that forms the structural backbone of cartilage. Collagen type 2 helps rebuild damaged joint tissue and maintain elasticity. A 2017 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that collagen peptides from chicken cartilage reduced joint pain and improved mobility in osteoarthritis patients after 12 weeks. Bone broth, made from simmering bones for hours, releases gelatina form of collagen that supports joint lubrication. How to use them. Make bone broth by simmering beef or chicken bones with a splash of vinegar. For 12 to 24 hours to extract gelatin. Add vegetables like carrots and onions for flavor. Chicken feet, though less common in American kitchens, are a collagen powerhouse. Simmer them with herbs for a nutrient-dense broth. Aim for 1 cup of broth daily, sipped as a warm drink or used as a base for soups. To preserve nutrients, avoid boiling at high temperatures. Low and slow is best. But what happens when you pair these anti-inflammatory superfoods with vegetables that contain specialized compounds to target inflammation even more effectively? Let's find out in the next section. Fermented soy, protecting joints from degeneration. Fermented soy products like tempeh and miso are rich in genistein, a plant compound that protects joints from degeneration. Genistein strengthens cartilage by inhibiting enzymes that break it down, making it especially beneficial for seniors with reduced calcium absorption. A 2020 study from Tufts University, published in Arthritis Research and Therapy, found that genistein improved joint function in postmenopausal women with osteoarthritis. Fermented soy is also easier to digest than unfermented forms, making it ideal for older adults. How to use them? Tempeh can be sliced and pan-fried with vegetables for a protein-packed meal. While miso makes a savory soup base, aim for 1 to 2 servings per week, about 3 to 4 ounces of tempeh or 1 tablespoon of miso paste per serving. Choose organic, non-GMO products to ensure quality. If you're new to fermented soy, start with small portions to assess digestive tolerance. Broccoli and kale, slowing cartilage breakdown. Broccoli and kale are packed with sulforaphane, a compound that slows cartilage destruction by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. A 2018 study from Johns Hopkins Medicine, published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, showed that sulforaphane blocked enzymes that degrade cartilage in arthritis patients. These cruciferous vegetables are also rich in vitamin K, which supports bone health and reduces fracture risk, according to the National Institutes of Health. How to use them? Steam broccoli or kale lightly for 3 to 5 minutes to preserve sulforaphane. Overcooking destroys it. Toss them into stir-fries, salads, or smoothies. Aim for 1 cup of either vegetable 3 times a week. If you're on blood thinners, consult your doctor, as vitamin K can affect medication efficacy. So what about sweets? Is there a way to satisfy your sweet tooth while still supporting your joints? Let's explore some surprisingly sweet superfoods next. Sweet superfoods that fight inflammation. Craving something sweet doesn't mean you have to compromise your joint health. Some naturally sweet foods, those that feel indulgent, are packed with anti-inflammatory compounds that can ease pain and boost mobility. Let's dive into 3 unexpected allies: pineapple, cinnamon with raw honey, and green tea. Pineapple bromelain for pain relief. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme with powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Bromelain reduces swelling and pain by inhibiting inflammatory pathways, offering effects similar to NSAIDs, but without the risk of liver or stomach damage. A 2021 study in nutrients from the University of Maryland found that bromelain supplements reduced knee pain in osteoarthritis patients by 25% after 6 weeks. Eating fresh pineapple delivers similar benefits, especially when it's ripe. How to use it? Choose ripe pineapple. Look for a sweet aroma and slight softness. Eat a half-cup serving after meals to aid digestion and reduce inflammation. Avoid canned versions with added sugar, as they dilute the benefits. If fresh pineapple is too acidic for you, try blending it into a smoothie with yogurt to mellow the flavor. Cinnamon and raw honey, a sweet anti-inflammatory duo. Cinnamon and raw honey are a delicious pairing with surprising joint benefits. Cinnamon contains cinnamolide, which reduces inflammation and boosts immunity. Raw honey, unprocessed and unfiltered, is rich in antioxidants that combat oxidative stress in joints. A 2019 study from the University of California, Los Angeles, published in Food and Function, found that this combination lowered inflammatory markers in adults with chronic pain. How to use them? Stir a ½ teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of raw honey into a cup of warm water each morning. This soothing drink is gentle on the stomach and easy to incorporate daily. Choose Ceylon cinnamon for the best quality and ensure your honey is labeled raw to retain its nutrients. Avoid adding sugar or artificial sweeteners. Green tea. Flexibility through antioxidants. Green tea is a powerhouse of epigalactosynthetase, EGCG, a potent antioxidant that reduces CRP levels and improves joint flexibility. A 2020 study from the University of Michigan, published in Arthritis and Rheumatology, showed that EGCG slowed cartilage breakdown in arthritis patients. Green tea also supports overall health, making it a great choice for seniors. How to use it: brew 1 to 2 cups of green tea daily, steeping for 2 to 3 minutes to avoid bitterness. Choose loose leaf or high-quality tea bags and skip added sugar to maximize benefits. If caffeine is a concern, opt for decaffeinated green tea, which retains most of its EGCG content. But eating these foods is only part of the equation. What can double their effectiveness for your joints? Let's wrap up with some final insights and a call to action. Joint pain doesn't have to be an inevitable part of aging. With the right foods, you can reduce inflammation, rebuild cartilage, and move with greater ease, all without relying heavily on medications. The superfoods we've covered: ginger, turmeric, garlic, berries, fatty fish, olive oil, bone broth, fermented soy, cruciferous vegetables, pineapple, cinnamon, honey, and green tea are simple, affordable tools you can start using today. Research from leading institutions like Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and the Arthritis Foundation shows that these foods can make a real difference, often rivaling the effects of drugs, but with fewer risks. To maximize their impact, consistency is key. Incorporate these foods into your daily meals, but also pair them with gentle movement, like walking or stretching, to enhance circulation and joint lubrication. Stay hydrated, as water helps maintain cartilage elasticity. Always consult your doctor before making significant dietary changes, especially if you're on medications or have health conditions. If this video has opened your eyes to new ways to support your joints, share it with friends or family who might be struggling with similar issues. Small changes can lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical tips to help you live healthier and more comfortably. Start adding these superfoods to your plate today and take the first step toward a more active, pain-free life.